Hey everyone, thatoldnerfguy here. Today, a little showdown, the X-Shot Excel Turbo Fire against the new iteration, the Max Havoc. Welcome to tag. Turbo Fire was always one of my favorite X-Shot. I mean, the 20 drum plus Soundfire, plus I love my top prime blaster. This was the win-win. But like you saw in my last review, they released a brand new version. Let's say half new because Adventure Force had this model, but for X-Shot, it's a brand new version of this Turbo Fire with some improvement as you saw in the review, but we're gonna compare them brand new aside the Max Havoc versus the Turbo Fire. Let's quickly unbox them and compare them. So here they are, the Turbo Fire and the Max Havoc. Really basically the same blaster, because if I just pull it back, the spacing between the drum and the trigger is pretty much the same. They really shortened down the barrel to add a stock to it. Let's talk about that little stock. Let's put them handle to handle and take a little look at this. Still, they've extended to almost the length that I would want for this blaster, meaning this stock is really like manageable compared to a lot of other stock on this blaster. And this grip, I mean, the Turbo Fire grip was great from the start, but a little flimsy, and this member was kind of needed for this blaster. I like this grip, but it was a little, let's say, a little small, because I don't have really big hand and I'm wrapping around pretty easily. Now for this one, this grip is a lot fatter. You see here, got a lot more thickness to it. Yeah, blaster is almost as cracky as the other one. No, the other one is a lot less cracky. So this one is more cracky, but it's okay. It's gonna, maybe something is loose somewhere, but you see they really shortened it down, but they gave us this thick grip which is very comfortable. The curving, not sure about them. They may not be at the exact good place, but my hand wrapped very comfortably around this grip. Only this hole, this screw part here, I really wish they would have put it somewhere else or recessed it, because I think I'm gonna have to shave it. It's kind of sharp, and my middle finger is getting right on it. But besides that, the grip is cool. The overall look, I think the overall aesthetic with the update they did, they really succeeded. It's really pleasing to the eye. Okay, you don't have the little flip up side that you had on this one, but besides that, you have a stock, which this blaster was needed. I mean, I always love this Turbo Fire, but this Max Havoc prime more smoothly, sound a little less powerful, but we are gonna check that on a chronograph test, because I don't want to assume that the Turbo Fire was more powerful than my brand new Max Havoc. They changed the tip of the barrel, maybe to extend it a bit, because they might have some sanding to do. Sometimes I feel like it's catching here, which was a little more finish on this one. And one thing to mention that I can't really show you is the tightness of the barrel on those drums. I'm sure that don't help the dart. I mean, the portion of the inner barrel look a little longer than this one, and narrower. Sometimes it's really hard to push dart inside the drum, where in those they go in smoothly and they go out easily. On this one and on this blaster, if I do this, the blaster will just follow. I'm almost sure I can lift it by the dart. It's stuck so much in there, I need to push it down. But besides that, they are two great top prime blaster. I love the fact that you can hold your hand under the barrel on this one, but it's a top prime, so you need to move your hand back, and there is no stock, which doesn't help with slam fire. Your hand kind of shake. I'm gonna show that in a fire test. On this one, the slam fire is a lot more stable because you basically anchor the blaster and then you activate the prime. I mean, you just anchor it and you just prime it. So this thing is more efficient in slam fire. So let's go for a quick chronograph test. Then we go for a fire test, and we'll get a final word on those two great brother blaster. Max Havoc velocity test to put it against the Turbo Fire. I'm gonna do the same thing as in my review, as is fire a few rounds while I prime it, and then fire a few rounds in slow slam fire, just to see a good average. I'm gonna do it maybe not the whole drum, maybe 15 if I can, so 7. Whoops, hit the chronograph. Slow slam fire. Okay, the whole drum here. We saw a big improvement in the slow slam fire with 92, 90, 88. That Max Havoc is a great one. And then we go down to the priming one, where I primed the blaster. I had 2 miss hit, but they were the same that bounced inside. That's what wrecked my average. But for the rest, they were all around 80, 82. So that 80 average is not really real. Let's say 85, because it's like 80 FPS average when you prime it, and more closer to 90 when you slam fire it. Interesting. Now let's do the turbo fire, because I really want to see if there's a difference in performance. So now, brand new turbo fire. I think this one shoots more in the middle. Oops. I think I can't rest my blaster. Okay, and slow slam fire now. I'm pushing the chronograph. Okay, we had a little less, but I have no mistake so far on this one. So let's check it out. Minimum 75, maximum 88 with an average of 81. Meaning about the same phenomenon we had with 5 FPS less or about. So it's about 75, a little more than 75 average when you prime it, and it's more like an 85, 86 when you slam fire it. So this turbo fire, not only is it awkward to slam fire because of the no stock, it's less powerful. Who knew? Interesting. That means the Max Havoc won this one. Let's go check them out on the range, and then we'll come back for the conclusion on those two great blasters. Max Havoc versus Turbo Fire. I have to pick a winner, and right here you see both blaster, you see the look of them. I already know which is my winner. Basically for one main reason. The addition of this stock at the bottom of the blaster, because you see this is not a stock, this is just a member to make the handle, the kind of small handle. You see my thumb is touching my index here. Just to solidify that handle, they put that little member, and it's like not usable as a stock. Therefore, when you're using slam fire, this blaster tend to move upward and on every way. That you saw that in the fire test, the dart go all around the target in slam fire because it is not stable. Otherwise, this is quite basically the same performance at 5 FPS close. This is basically the same blaster in performance and precision as this one, where this one, the Max Havoc, has the main advantage of having a stock and a more stable priming. I mean, this one is kind of hollow, and you need to not concentrate but think about your priming, because if you go too fast you will not bring it all the way to the end. This one is way more smooth. This way, when you bring it to the bottom, it goes automatically to the end of it, where this one, you see, you need to bring it the extra push to make the drum index. And the barrel is shorter. This one had a place to rest your hand, but this was mistaken at first for a palm grip. A fake palm grip on a blaster like that is not really useful, because this is more like a big pistol because of the top prime. So same thing goes for this one. So they chopped the barrel, and I thought we could hold the blaster from the front, but you see the angle is way too short, so the dart hit your wrist, and your wrist will even hit the drum here. So no, you don't hold it ever by the front. You hold it by the priming, and you have it stable. And this thing is crazy. It's super stable, super good to use. I mean, this is my clear winner here. There's not even a comparison here. Since this one is the 2.0 version of this one, of course this one is better. It's not only better in look, in my opinion. There is the stock, which is useful. The slam fire is working. The internal must have been updated, because this one is like 5 FPS higher on slam fire and 5 FPS higher on a regular priming. But I suspect the length of the barrel and the readout of the chronograph, you know, being changed by that, because there's a big distance in difference between the drum and the end of the barrel on those two blasters. So that may be the 5 FPS difference. Other than that, I don't think I would go back to a turbo fire with a Max Havoc in my arsenal. Like, really. So I need more Max Havoc in my arsenal, and I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try to find a good paintwork and a good mod for it, because I really dig this blaster. I need to do more than one version on this one. This is really a good one. That's it for this showdown. In the meantime, you can always follow me on Facebook and Instagram at thatoldnerfguy. Please leave a like and comment, subscribe for more content. Don't forget to hit that bell to stay notified for my latest video. This was Dave Fatag. See you next time. Bye.